Chase, we ready to roll?
Just about getting all this stuff out. We're about to be good to go. Getting YouTube tweeted. Here we go.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Get in the chat. We got a lot to talk about from this game. All right, let's do this. What a game.
What a game. Shout out Nate Pickens.
This is for him.
Revenge.
You ready to dive in?
Justice for Nate. I'm so ready.
Right.
To dive in. Let's do this thing.
Let's turn this thing off. All right. 3, 2. Oh. False alarm. False start. 5-yard penalty. All right. 3, 2, 1. We're live. We are live right now. It is late Saturday night, December 13th. BYU absolutely smokes UC Riverside in the Nate Pickens revenge game. It is, we got a lot to get to, Chase. And it's probably 99.99% positive, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is. Not even we could pull out some things to complain about here.
So. I went solo before this show for this preview, Chase, for the UC Riverside preview, and the number one thing I talked about was I want to see Kostic step up in this game. I want to see Kostic prove himself and make him undeniably the best bench player on this team, to be the guy that can come in and take those minutes and take BYU over the top come tournament time and in March Madness. We needed to see it in these bye games. First bye game, UC Riverside. Bam. Did we see it tonight?
I mean, I don't think we could have drawn it up. I think if we had drawn it up, we're like, this is what a good coach's game would look like. Like, I think he doubled our expectations here. I mean, 5 for 8 from the three-point line to go along with 4 assists in just 22 minutes. That's exactly what we've been wanting to see from him and what this BYU team needs from him. Distribute the ball a little bit, hit some threes, and we are absolutely golden. So, man, to see him shoot, get comfortable, really feel like he has the quick trigger. He obviously has the green light, and this is a huge confidence builder for him. And I think for the rest of the team, you and I talk a lot about getting the first 5 guys to trust the bench guys and the 6th man or whoever else is coming in. And it's hard to trust them when you haven't played with them, and especially when they haven't contributed a whole lot. So in games like this, especially for BYU, they're really important in building that trust and gaining that momentum and gaining that confidence. And so I think all around the board, huge confidence builder for everyone in Kostic and his shooting ability. It was awesome, man. He's got a quick release. It's like very high. It's a little Sam Hauser-ish. Go watch it. They have similar forms. I love it a lot. And it was water tonight, dude.
It was water, and you could see it, though. Like, even from the preseason exhibition against Nebraska, you see his form, and when you see a guy with that good a form, you just go, it's going to go in eventually. Like, this, just get the mental side. All the fundamentals are there. It's just the mental side at this point. And once the floodgates open, man, did they open? Because his first three-pointer tonight was kind of rushed. He kind of chucked it a little bit. He got excited. And then once he started shooting in rhythm and not forcing it and picking his spots a little bit more, then boom, you saw. I mean, especially the one where you could see him really start feeling is Rob Wright penetrate, kick out to him, and it was water from there. He had, you mentioned it, but he had 5 of 8 tonight. He had that last one. I mean, I thought like all of them looked down, to be honest. Like I thought he was about to go 8 for 8 tonight. Unbelievable Kostic game. unbelievable AJ game. I mean, that's a standard at this point for AJ Dybantsa. 11 of 17, 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Don't love that too much, but 7 assists, 8 rebounds. And I've talked about this a ton this season, but he's showing the patience and he's keeping his head up. The tunnel, it's not this just straight tunnel vision. Put your head down and because in AAU you can put your head down, you can get to the basket because you're just bigger than everyone. You're gonna it's in these bye games, you're probably gonna be able to do that as well. But you see him keeping his head up, being patient, finding others, and this has opened his game up so much more.
Absolutely. And again, I think it's that confidence in those dudes. Like Richie Saunders only shot 3 threes, made 2 of them. Today wasn't a big, like they could get to the rim whenever they wanted. So there wasn't as much need to kick out. But when they did, I mean, it was good looks, I feel like all night. I mean, I never was really looking at a 3 like that was probably not the right shot there. I mean, they were open. They shot 47%. Again, didn't shoot a ton, but that's thanks to AJ. Not to mention 5 steals for him, Karter. Big defensive game. And if I could have complained about anything, I thought the defense was a little bit lackluster in the first half. I felt like they were kind of just roaming around a little bit, knowing that they're so much better than these guys. I thought it really locked down in the second half. I only held them to 21 points in that second half, just like they held Clemson to 21 points last week. Fun fact. But AJ being the catalyst of that, like being aggressive. Obviously, this is the team you can really like try stuff right against. But 11 steals for the Cougs tonight is impressive. And AJ having 5. I mean, it's just a stat stuffer. 1 block, 2. What are you going to do, man? He's the best guy in college basketball.
Yeah, I thought there was stuff like later in the second half I didn't necessarily love on the defensive end, but I loved them starting out from the gates with a press because we've talked about it where this team's confidence comes from the defensive end and then their offense flows from there. And starting off in the press immediately, all these guys get going, and then it kind of eliminated the slow start. Now, you are playing against UC Riverside. It was a 34.5-point spread coming into this game, and, everybody predicted BYU to win by 30 or 40 points, which you should have, but not having that slow start. I mean, we've seen BYU, they've been favored by 40 points against Delaware, and you're losing at halftime. So I thought coming out in that press was very smart by this coaching staff because it gets the energy levels up, and it just sets the tone immediately, and especially with a guy like AJ, where I talked about this on the solo pod, where AJ's been the one setting the tone on the defensive end for this team, going out on these runs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that aggressive. It's the energy. We talked about it extensively after that Clemson game, but that's the difference between first half and second half BYU all season long. Even tonight, in a small microcosm of a way, I know the game was won. I know it's whatever, but even tonight, the second half was different than the first half. It's just the energy, and it starts on the defensive end. It starts with being aggressive. It starts with getting touches on the ball, even if it's not a turnover. Just pokes here and there. Guys start to fly around a little bit. Guys start to feel it, get a better feel for what their offense is doing, and jumping passing lanes, and it all stems from there. When BYU plays like this, I mean, the sky's the limit, obviously. But good to see him play a really full, complete game. I know it's a bye game. I know it doesn't mean a ton. UC Riverside, obviously last season, they gave BYU a real run. I think BYU ended up winning that game only by 8. That's when, our guy, Nate Pickens, I mean, he was hitting outrageous shots, and the entire team. I don't think they have a ton of dudes returning from that last year's team. So I don't know if you could say it the same. Obviously, winning by 47 here tonight kind of proves that in and of itself. But you want to see domination from the team in this game, and that's what it was, top to bottom, all game long, pure domination from the Cougs.
Absolute domination from start to finish, and there's a lot to get to. Another thing I had written in my notes that I loved is right out the gate, the offensive game plan was get Richie going right out of every play. The first 3 plays out of the game were go to Richie, go to Richie, go to Richie, and that's what you love to see because after having a kind of a stinker of a game for himself at Madison Square Garden, this coaching staff saying, no, we're going to get you going, and then that's going to open up everything else for these other guys. And he had it right out of the gate. I mean, he was hot in the first half. He had 10 points before the under-16 timeout, for crying out loud.
Yeah, and I loved him not settling as well. Like I said, only took 3 threes. Finished with 19 points. He made 8 shots, 8 for 12, just outrageously efficient. Wasn't afraid to drive to the rim and finish. And again, this is the type of team to do that. Okay, we talked about Kostic. I want to talk about Mboop. We've been on the Mboop bus, train, boat, whatever you want to call it, for the longest time, and we've been vindicated a few times, and tonight especially so. Another double-double from the guy, his second of the season. 12 points to go along with 10 rebounds. 5 of those were offensive. I mean, he's just a grinder on the boards, and when he gets the opportunity, he gives it all he has. Sometimes, there's things to polish up. He falls for every pump fake. He just loves to jump for these blocks. But that aggressiveness, that energy is what BYU has been lacking to begin these games. And so to see him come in and give that same energy, also like just take some more shots, be a little more aggressive and assertive on offense, I think was fun to watch. Missed his 1-3 he took, but I still like him taking those shots. I think, Carter, that we've found the 7 guys.
Yep.
I know I'm overreacting.
That was going to be my next note to bring up.
And I know I'm overreacting because this is UC Riverside, whatever. But this seems like the 7. You have the starting 5, and then you have Kostic coming out to give the backcourt a breather, whoever that needs to be. And then you have Mboop coming in for Kaba, and that's your front court sub. And they're going to ride with that. I would expect quite a bit this season. This seems like the rotation.
It does seem like the rotation. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of chats that we'll talk about with this one, with the rotations and everything. Let me get to my last couple notes, and then we can hop in the chat here, unless you have anything else. Kostic got hot in the first half, knocking down those 3 threes, and then didn't see the floor again until 16 minutes left in the second half. I thought that was interesting. I felt like the subs were a little too scripted at that point, where it's like, look, man, let this kid ride this thing out. Let this kid keep building that confidence. And credit to Kostic, too, because he comes in the second half and hits a couple more threes. That's tough to keep your rhythm and stay warm like that, because that's sitting for 35, 45 real minutes, that's a great way to ice your 3-point shooters.
100%. And if anything, I don't know if I can complain about anything KY does. My biggest is like, rest the dudes. Like AJ still played 30 minutes tonight, which I personally
checked in with 5 minutes left, and it's a 40-point game.
I think it's too much. I think Jared McGregor, when you win by 47, I think he should play more than 1 minute. I'm not like, I want to see Jared McGregor minutes.
I kind of do.
I do, actually.
Yeah.
And I also think, like, look, man, you're up 47. Like, let's get these guys in with 5 minutes to go. What's the worst that can happen?
I was cracking up, Chase, because on the broadcast they were saying, like, when AJ came back in, it's like, well, AJ's not stat padding here. When AJ came in, and obviously if you're up 40 and you're like, he probably asked to come in the game too. He comes in and he was trying to get to his spot, but then he just got double teamed and had to pass it out. It's like he was stat padding. He was trying to get his. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, no need for him to play 30 minutes. I mean, Rob Wright finally gets under 30. I think it's his first time all season, 28 minutes. He did play, Kostic got 22 minutes in, but I want to see Jared McGregor, man.
Justice for Jared.
These are the games to do it. Am I wrong? Like 1 minute? He won by dang near 50. Come on, give him some tick. He's earned it.
Last note I had, the pace they had, the way they were pushing the tempo, like getting rebounds and pushing the ball immediately. Credit to Rob and this coaching staff, because that was clearly the game plan coming in as well, because UC Riverside struggled with pace, and they're one of the slowest teams in the country. It was phenomenal tonight, and that's when BYU's at their best, man. They're able to get out in transition, push the ball, and everyone's able to play. It's the same thing as last season, though, too. Like when BYU was pushing the ball, getting out in transition, that's when they're at their best, especially when you have a great point guard like Yegor last year and Rob Wright this year.
Yeah, and the finishing at the rim, like you always want AJ to have that ball and that transition, right?
Yep.
Obviously feasted on it against Clemson and here tonight. Couldn't agree more. My one note, Carter, since that was your last one, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, my one note, well, maybe one or two. Decent crowd. I was honestly proud of it. Finals week. Student section looked nearly full. So shout out Provo. Shout out the Marriott Center crowd for
nice
making it happen
at the Marriott Center.
Oh, yeah, finally. I bet Richie was relieved. And then are we kind of Lob City? Is this the identity of this team, man? 7 dunks tonight. I wouldn't be saying
this. Say Provo is. I mean, Provo. That's what I've been told my whole life.
Yeah, I mean, they got a reputation. They got to keep it up.
Yeah,
seven dunks. I wouldn't be saying this because it's UC Riverside unless we like saw it. We've been seeing against good teams too. I mean, obviously, Cabe you always feel good about lobbing it up to him. AJ Diamante, like all these dudes, man, like they get up and they throw it down more so than what. Obviously, it's crazy to see a BYU team do this, but I think like across the country, like these guys are getting up a little bit of Lob City.
Whoa! You're saying Noah Hartsock couldn't have been a part of Lob City?
I think Logan Magnuson could throw down. Come on.
I love it. What other notes you got?
That was it. That's all I got for
I love
notes.
it. Let's get to the chat.
Yeah, they got better notes. They got better notes.
Fadeaway Clay. Kostic finally hitting some shots. Let's go. The bench has arrived from Tater Coug. Lob City Cougars. Shout out Eli. He beat you to it.
He did. We're only as good as you guys. Come on now. Okay.
Tater Coug in the chat said, but this can't say, but this team is close to unbeatable if they just have one more shooter. If Kostic can be that guy, boy, oh boy, go Cougs till I die. Yeah, it's kind of, we talked about this when we were watching film on last year's team and everything. Like, someone kind of has to fill that Trevin Nell role of, look, Trevin Nell, it wasn't always a consistent, like you're getting X threes a night or whatever, but you needed a guy that can get hot randomly in big games. And Trevin Nell could provide that in the Big 12 multiple times.
Yeah. And the level of shot making too. And like just shooting over dudes and hit them in some of the biggest moments.
And having that quick release, like Kostic has that where I think he can do that.
Yeah. Totally agree. This is the first step. He's got to keep doing it. But yeah.
I love it. BYU won by 1 billion. That's all we got to know. That's all you got to know.
140.
Fadeaway Clay said, I love Rob Wright as a scorer, but I love him way more as a facilitator. He was quiet tonight, but I thought he made the right pass almost every time. He was dishing it out. He was controlling the tempo completely in this game. He was phenomenal. People are going to go box score watch and go, oh, he only had 9 points. 6 assists still looks good regardless. And you're going, 9 points, 6 assists. Like, I guess it's a fine game or whatever. He was absolutely in total control tonight.
100%, man. You always feel comfortable with him. I like how the big three, one of them can have an off night. And for Richie, it's not like he planned on having an off night against Clemson, right? But it ended up not mattering because the rest of the guys carried him. Tonight, maybe it was in the plan. Maybe Rob's like, look, it's not a shooting night for me. That's totally fine. I'm just going to facilitate, see what we got with these other guys. I think he understands the moment. He understands the opponent. And I agree. I love Rob Wright, the scorer, Clay, too, because when he gets to the basket, I'll take him from 5 feet pretty much every time. I know there's been some.
Are you sure it's not? I mean, you mean an open 5 feet or a contested 5 feet? Because I think I'm taking Rob Wright contested 5 feet.
Yeah, yeah. There has been a little bit of stuff with his finishing. I understand, but still, I'll take it. But I think he's right. I think this team as a whole is at its best when he's facilitating. I think when we need Rob buckets, it means something's probably not going exactly the way it should. And so seeing him do that tonight was like the best ball movement I think they had all season. Again, opponent, I know, but tonight was really pretty.
I think you're right. And I also think that attributes to playing in these close games against these bigger opponents like Clemson, UConn, even North Carolina in the preseason, and playing those close games. It builds that chemistry because, early on in the season, they all say, I love playing together and everything. But you got to figure out your footing. You got to figure out that real chemistry and playing live games together. And it really feels like they have figured out the chemistry part of this and figured out they truly do like playing with each other. That's another big piece of this too. In the NIL era, Kentucky got the win tonight, but you look at Kentucky so far this season before tonight, these guys just straight up didn't like each other and didn't want to play for each other. And there was turmoil nonstop. In the NIL era where all these dudes are getting paid tons of money, that can happen. It's so hard to build chemistry like that sometimes, especially when these rosters are changing nonstop. And I feel like BYU's built that chemistry, and it finally feels real now, Chase.
I totally agree. I don't think it's complete. I think they still have a long way to go, but in a good way. But But that's what happens, Karter, when you're grinding on the road, when you're taking cross-country flights, when you're making 20-point comebacks. Like, that's what builds relationships. That's what builds memories. And that's what gets these guys, bonding. And so I think the non-con has been crafted so dang well. You're getting out with one loss, a lot of quad one wins in there. And then I really think the adversity, the traveling, all these things have done wonders in the chemistry, the bonding, the off-court relationships of these guys and this team. I mean, you just look at, again, take it for what it's worth, but like the post-game interviews, especially at Clemson, they all join in. They all seem like they're having a good time. I mean, it's just the post-game interview, I know, but I think that stuff matters, man. We watched The Cut, and I think these guys genuinely enjoy playing basketball, and they like doing it together, and they're still discovering so much of what they can do. I mean, tonight, everyone found out a little bit about Kostic. They probably knew from practice, but to see it in person in a game, huge.
And it's the little stuff too, like when Richie drove to the paint and had that nice dunk. You see like AJ's reaction from that. Like there's genuine happiness when the other guys are doing well and everything. So love to see that. Fadeaway Clay, Kostic is a walking bucket. Love it. Jack in the chat. Do you guys remember what color shoes AJ was wearing? I forgot. I'm going to have to skip this one because that could turn into a deeper discussion. Moving on, Boop double. Another one. If he gets the minutes, I feel like he's just a walking double Chase.
Yeah, I really think he is. Again, there's some things he needs to learn when he's playing these savvier, bigger guys, but I love the boot minutes, man. Give me him at 5 all the time.
I love it. Richie lobbed AJ dunk was awesome tonight. We should Fadeaway Clay. We should throw J-Mac a lob.
We should throw J-Mac a lob. We should be running sets for J-Mac for the last 5 minutes.
I think he did at the end on that last play, and Kostic was like, nah, I'm feeling it. My ball. And you can't blame him.
You can't blame him. He was feeling it.
Yeah. Eli went in the chat, said, when will the Marus bus get going in Provo? Hopefully these next 3 games.
Listen, folks, we're taking a look at the oil. We're checking the transmission out on the Marus bus. All right, we're doing some renovations.
Yep.
But we're really excited about what we've got cooking for it. And we expect a few test runs here in the next coming weeks, and we're going to get this thing off the ground. It's going to be up and running here very soon.
I expect this the Marus bus to be back on the road in the next week.
Yeah. Might start out slow, but we're going to pick up speed with the Marus bus. Yeah, don't worry. Grab your tickets.
Why is Gamore in the chat? AJ wants to win a championship and is helping develop the bench to do so. Amazing. Love it. Jack in the chat. Feel like this was the most professional win for BYU this year. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. I think that's a great point, Chase. You kind of touched on that as well.
So good. I mean, Jack knows what he's talking about, folks. I think they were focused. I think they brought the energy, and it helps they're playing on their own home court for the first time in forever. And I totally agree with you, Jack. Complete, professional, get the job done, smack a bad team, and let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, and let's see that over the next few games, and then going into conference play. And it's also kind of a friendlier, like obviously no game in the Big 12 is easy, but it is a friendlier start to the Big 12. You know what's another thing I noticed about the Big 12 schedule, Chase? BYU doesn't play a Saturday Marriott Center game until Utah, the 24th of January. Do not like that.
Sucks. Yeah. In fact, and the biggest games that they play all got shoved into middle of the week.
Wednesdays or Tuesdays.
Brutal.
Mondays.
Brutal schedule. Yeah.
Brutal. BYU's defense in the long run full court press is smothering. We've talked about that at nauseum, Chase. I mean, the length and athleticism this team possesses, even when if someone's in foul trouble or something and you want to run that full court press, you can bring a guy like Diamande in or Boop in. Like even the bench has that length and athleticism.
Yeah, can't forget about Diamande in that UConn game. Big reason. I mean, that press gave Dan Hurley's crew fits, man.
One day my grandkids will be hearing about the Kostic UC Riverside game.
It's going to be like a TikTok edit. It'd be like that. This white boy was nice.
So did the bench play very much? Bench played good enough, quite a bit. Bench points tonight, Chase. 36 bench points tonight. That's what you want to see. I mean, BYU, I think coming into this game, I think I mentioned it. They were 355th out of 361 in bench points per game in Division I college basketball. That's nothing short of pathetic. Like that's this. If you're wanting to be a national title caliber team, you gotta be somewhere in the 20s.
Gotta be, man.
Somewhere in the 20 points per game. They were averaging like 12 and a half points per game. I mean, you just be middle of the pack.
Yeah, I mean, there were nights when the bench wouldn't score. It was literally the entire starting five.
We got our 7, but is it too early to factor in Abdullah Ahmed, Chase?
I feel like you're more qualified to talk about this than me, Carter.
We'll see. The issue is so I talked about this very briefly on the solo pod, though, is like, let's say Ahmed plays. It's not 100% confirmed he's going to play, but it seems like he will. Even if he plays, I don't think the center position is the problem for BYU off the bench. They need shooting and they need guard play. So it's yeah, it's a nice addition to have. He does a lot of things that are going to help BYU. It's going to make Kaba's life a lot easier and everything. But I don't know if Ahmed playing necessarily changes BYU's trajectory of them being a national title team or not, to be honest.
Yeah, if anything, and this might sound stupid, but if anything, I'd be a little cautious about it. Do you want to, throw someone into something that you already have a really good thing going? I don't think it would be a disaster and BYU would be worse, but you have to bring a guy up to speed. You have to, again, none of these guys have played any minutes with him. He committed a month ago, right? So it'd be a lot of new stuff for everyone involved. And so if it would, I know he's been in the building now for a few weeks, but I don't know.
So he can play, I think it's next Friday against Abilene Christian, if I remember correctly. He can play in that game. I also want to know, what's the eligibility rules? Because I know you can play X amount of games or X percentage of games or whatever and maintain your red shirt. But, him joining midseason, does that automatically burn his red shirt, or can he play a couple games and then the coaching staff can decide from there, or Ahmed can decide for himself, maybe we actually just redshirt this season. I don't know how all that works. And I don't think even the NCAA knows how that works, if we're being honest.
It's a good point. Good point. I trust KY and the staff to make the right decision, but I wouldn't be shocked if we saw some Abdullah Ahmed minutes this season.
Yeah, hopefully we see it next Friday. I'm excited to see something different in these bye games. Arizona is currently crushing Alabama. I hope we will be ready for Arizona when the time comes. Cannot wait for that game, Chase. We'll be in the building for that game.
We'll be in the building. They're up 21 right now, Carter. Crazy.
I was watching the first half. I'm going to go back and watch that second half. KY doesn't just want to win. He wants to break you. He wants to make you feel bad about yourself. That's the only explanation for the AJ minutes of AJ checking in at the 5-minute mark when they're up 45.
He might be onto something. Or is he a Ken Palm merchant? Is he trying to boost those analytics? Is he going for net rating?
I'm here for it. I like it.
Look, he gets style points, and not everyone at BYU does. Shout out Kalani, though.
Shout out Kalani.
We love it.
AJ is a great point guard, too. Him being able to dish it out like this was the part of his game you really wanted to see. And have we seen it over the last couple games, last 2 games especially, but just his ability to just keep his head up, let the defense, wait for the double team to come, find Kaba. And also, I feel like Kaba's only catching AJ's passes. Am I crazy?
He's fumbling everyone else's.
Yeah, he's just fumbling Rod's passes. Rod's throwing them dimes, and he's just don't worry, AJ, I got yours. I'm gonna slam this one, no problem. We need a stats guy to check that one out.
AJ just throws a catchable ball. Those receivers talk about. You got the right spin on it. I don't know.
Noah Hartsock, best dunker in BYU history. I second that.
Wait. Noah Hartsock was dirty, man.
He was good.
He was discount Dirk.
I was at the Virginia Tech BYU game. I think it was 2011, 2012, if I remember correctly. It was in Blacksburg, And Noah Hartsock goes to the free throw line, and the entire student section just starts chanting, Bosley, Bosley, Bosley. And he drained the free throws, so
let's go.
BYU won that game, so got the last laugh. Lob City, home of Texas Tabs Mutual Premiums. Shout out Jack. Shout out Jack. Angela in the chat said, I think the bench played great defense, and that is as important as making points as well. They cannot let the other team take advantage of the breaks the starters take, Chase.
Yeah, I think it's a very good point. And it gives the starters time to rest. If you're going to play defense, if you're going to press the whole game, you need fresh bodies in there to keep it up. And I think it's a really good point, Angela. I think you're absolutely right. You need to trust those guys on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Williams Freeman in the chat said, on the Aboop lob, it was crazy to see 4 players, 6'6", and athletic, all running a 4-on-2 break. Not used to it as a BYU fan yet. That was so fun. Chase, I think you've talked about that since we started doing this podcast, being like, this isn't the BYU basketball I remember.
No, I remember Noah Hartsock, Carter.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Guy in the chat said, got a feel for Russ, really rooting for him. He'll find his way. Don't worry. Like we said, we're chasing out the mechanics in this one and the coaching staff. We're getting the transmission right, getting the oil change, and tickets are sold out for the Russ bus. I'm just letting you know right now. Sold out.
Sold out.
Not anymore.
But if you want some, we'll squeeze you in. Send us a message.
Watching the Arizona-Alabama game right now, Arizona is going to be a tough matchup for us. I cannot wait for that game. That's going to be like a Final Four national title-like clash going into that one.
Oh, man. The first meeting is going to be in Provo. So advantage BYU there. They're the number 1 team for a reason, man. They're incredible. I can't wait.
AJ versus Koa Pete, like, whew.
Yeah, they're good friends. Bryce James. It's going to be awesome.
I don't think we'll be seeing much of Bryce James.
I don't think so.
How do we think this team bonded? Did they all go to a Young Boy concert together?
They invited.
Disney. I'm gonna go Disney. I think Space Mountain, isn't that right at Disney?
Space Mountain. I think they did Splash Mountain. I think they took the picture.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they might have all got a churro or something. Yeah, Epcot's like the worst Disney park.
I don't know. They're not a Disney guy.
Not a Disney.
I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm speaking gibberish right now. I'm like, that annoying person that's like, oh, you guys like sports, like sports ball. Like that's how I feel about when I talk about Disney. I don't know anything about Disney.
Yeah, they're like, yay, sports ball people.
Yeah. That's how. When people start talking Disney,
here,
I'm just reiterating something someone told me one time, and I was like, yeah, dude, Epcot kind of lame. I don't know, a little overrated in my opinion. Moving on. Could Ahmed learn the schemes and build chemistry fast enough? I don't think that's going to be a problem, especially you get a couple bye games in you. You've been with the team for a minute now, being able to practice and everything. I think he'll be fine. I'd be shocked if Abdullah doesn't play this year. I assume he will be playing, to be honest. I assume he will be playing next Friday against Abilene Christian. Big 12 is so physical, so big and physical. It feels like he's exactly what we need right now. Talking about Ahmed Abdullah. Absolute Abdullah Ahmed. Shrimpy Jack said, boys, what a game. We got some ballers. Crazy to see this BYU insert. I can't believe this is my life LeBron meme.
Yeah, that's how we wake up every day, Shrimpy.
I love it. Xavion needs a lot more reps. Doesn't look comfortable out there. Yeah, it was interesting because it was weird. They came out of the commercial break and they're just like going after Xavion's post defense. I'm like, this is an odd segment coming out of the break. Like, all right, give the guy a break. But yeah, I mean, look, this is how this freshman season was always going to go for Xavion, where it's like he just needs to build up some more muscle, get more physical, and he'll be fine. He's a year away from where he's going to be at this point. I'm not worried about Xavion. Is he going to be a major contributor on this year's team? No, probably not. Maybe need him in some spot minutes here and there. But next year is when you're going to start seeing the development of his game and him getting bigger and stronger.
Yeah, in a very good way. He looks like a baby giraffe out there. And so it's really just up like a matter of getting reps, enjoying practices, getting the scrimmage in, play hard when you get the opportunity. Maybe you'll need minutes. BYU needed him to come in that UConn game just because of foul trouble. Like it was like we legitimately need you to step up here. But this was always going to be a development year for him, like you said. We're a little spoiled right now. Maybe our view of freshmen is skewed with this freshman class. Most of the time, folks, they're going to need a season or two to really pick it up. But we got full faith in X.
William Freeman in the chat said Arizona and Michigan are the only two teams I'd be super worried about right now in college basketball.
You know you're talking to, William?
I see. Oh, well, no. I get what people are saying because
no one's scared of Duke.
I'm from the BYU perspective. I know Duke. I know. I get what you're saying there, but Arizona and Michigan, I think, have been in a tier above even Duke at this point, to be honest. So the way they're blowing out teams, Duke has grinded out some wins. It's been impressive, but I still think Duke hasn't hit that next level yet. I think BYU can compete with all these teams, if I'm being honest.
I think they can as well. We got to also mention Iowa State. I mean, what they've been doing.
They've been awesome.
What they did to Purdue at their house is, they're up there for me with most impressive. Arizona, Michigan, Iowa State. Two of those are in the conference, not to mention Houston, not to mention Kansas, not to mention Texas Tech. I mean, it's an insane conference, man. It's absolutely unreal. And BYU fits in. Like when people talk about how scary that conference is, BYU is right up there with the rest of those guys. And that's an awesome spot to be. They're going to have a chance to prove themselves, play a big basketball games. It's going to be sick.
It's going to be awesome. Fadeaway Clay said, can you squeeze my buddy onto the Morus bus? He wasn't able to get his ticket in time. We'll make one exception.
Because he's your buddy, Clay. Because he's your buddy. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
if you're subscribed to the show, you can get a ticket. I'll give you up.
Yeah.
But now, you got to buy now. Buy now. You can't get it anytime after this.
Yeah, we got you, Clay.
Booth in the chat said, any chance Xavion gains 30 pounds by March? Brother, if you guys need Xavion to gain 30 pounds by March, BYU just needs to hire me, fly out there. I'll get Xavion on the right diet, brother. It won't be a problem whatsoever. We'll have a good time.
I mean, he cannot hang out with you. Then he's gonna end up with a broken jumper.
Oh, okay. Getting some Rob Doster chimes in here. Well, we got to get this church ball game set up sometime. Williams Freeman said Xavion's got to be on a 4,000 calorie diet till March for real. Hey man, not a problem. We can make that happen. No problem. We might have to bring him to the South though. Like take a couple weeks off, bring him to the South for a couple weeks. That'll be an easy 15 right there.
Pull little Anthony Davis.
The Nebraska loss is looking better and better, and it wasn't even a loss. Game didn't even matter anyways, and BYU would have won that. Honestly, I feel like I can comfortably say that if they play their full lineup and everything, and everybody's playing. Nebraska looks freaking awesome.
They're looking incredible. I mean, they look every bit as good as we saw them when they played BYU, and BYU obviously looks better. But let's not forget, I mean, Jerry McGregor took the game-winning shot in that game. That's the kind of minutes we need from J-Mac here, KY. Not taking the game winner, with all due respect. But tonight, like let's get some tick. Huskers look awesome, Karter.
That buzzer beater was sick. And Fred Hoiberg, coach of the year?
There's rumblings.
I do think Abdul will help against teams like Arizona that attack the offensive glass with so many bodies. 100% agree. 100% agree. Moving on. Xavion will be a good contributor once he puts on some weight. Can we get Xavion converted out on a mission to get all these physical advantages I keep hearing about? This chat is going off about Xavion's weight right now, man. Oh,
I love it. I mean,
like I said, Justin and Kevin Young both know this. Send them to the South for a couple of weeks and take them on. Just be like, hey, man, just hang out down here. You automatically gain 15 pounds in 2 weeks. It's just how it rolls. The problem is when you go out to Utah with all the beautiful people, then you're just like, I got to lose this weight immediately.
I don't even know what to say. What are we talking about? Leave him alone. His weight's great.
We'll move on. Go with Pete only with 3 points in 18 minutes tonight. Did he get hurt? I'm not able to watch the game right now. We're doing a show.
Yeah, it wasn't too locked in.
Professionals are here. It is kind of nice. We'll get a Marriott Center shot at Arizona, Iowa State, Houston, and Texas Tech. I like our chances in all of those games. I'm having trouble reading here, fellas.
I mean, it's an amazing point though. Like awesome games in Provo.
It is going to be awesome games in Provo. And dude, man, being a student there right now, think about some of the students who are there and some of the worst times of BYU hoops and everything, and what these guys get or what these students are getting right now. And on foot with football on top of that, you get an 11-win football team with that. Insane.
Spoiled is the word I would use. We had a good run, and this is even better.
Yeah, we did. KY seems to have found the magic again. The team is gelling nicely and looks to have even more upside. 100% agree. Duke is good, but I feel like we'd match up pretty well against them. I think so too. I think BYU and Duke. To be honest, I would probably lean towards BYU over Duke in that matchup.
Really? This guy's just buttering up the BYU pod.
I'm not buttering him up. I think the difference would come down to point guard play in that game, and I think Rob Wright's by far the better point guard.
By far, I'd have concerns who guards Boozer, keeps him out of the paint. I mean, yeah, it'd be a dang fun game.
That'd be some in boot minutes.
Hope we get to see it some. That'd be big in boot minutes. They'd have to guard the three.
Look.
I mean.
Let's just solve this problem.
Evans, man, come on.
Let's have this game being played on Monday night in April in Indianapolis. How about we just do that? Duke BYU.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm down.
Let's just
book it. Marus bus stops there, Carter. That's the final destination. So
that is the final destination. The road, the Marus bus
there.
Starts here. Yeah. I love it.
Hope Duke's there too. We'll see. Hope they meet us up.
Xavier needs to spend an offseason with Zion Williamson. #Gumbo. The hashtag Gumbo is the best part.
In the bayou. That's awesome.
Get Xavier on some Johns of Bleecker and Series Pizza. He'll be fine, trust me. Johns of Bleecker, man. When we were in New York, I went to Johns of Bleecker with Jack. Got a large pizza, ate, smashed. Got a large to go.
Well, I mean, special stuff. You got to take advantage when you're there. Special stuff.
I know. It would be cool if each of these building bench games, we got more bench time as we go towards January. I think I agree. Xavier will be fine. BYU stock is up. Kids these days will never understand having a team where Alex Barcelo was our best player. And Alex Barcelo was good.
Alex Barcelo was a dog. But to his point, there was times where it was like, if he doesn't hit 10 20-foot jumpers, we're losing tonight. Yeah, he was like the best shooter I've ever seen at BYU, sans Jimmer Fredette. Alex Barcelo was unreal.
Yeah, he was balling. Does Skylar Halford have any eligibility left?
A lefty. Skylar Halford. It's going to be weird when we look back. Sorry.
No, you're good. Keep going.
We'll get to the chat later. We're going to look back at BYU history. There's going to be this all of a sudden, because the shift was drastic, man. It was all of a sudden bang, we have, number one recruit and Rob Wright and all these dudes. I mean, credit to Mark Pope. He was getting guys here and there coming in when it was that's a different guy than BYU's seen before, but it wasn't this difference. So it's going to be yeah, man, Brock Zylstra, they had an insane comeback against the Cyclones there or was it Iona? And then it's going to be then BYU was a top 10 team and they sent the number one pick to the draft and we're and they were putting up highlights like this. I mean, when they do a reunion, does Skylar Halford shake hands with Rob Wright? Is that, do they chat at all? I think they do.
Does Hunter Erickson get the invite?
No, I think he didn't get a ticket on the Marus bus. I think it left at the station.
If you're in the chat right now, we're not going to be here much longer, so just type in random BYU basketball players you remember in the chat. That's how we're going to close this show, probably.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Chase,
one of those
we'll
TikToks.
Yeah, we'll keep talking about BYU. We'll talk about this BYU basketball team while people in the chat name random players. Boscovich, I thought he was okay tonight. I think he's someone to point out to where it's like, I think his just confidence is just taking a massive hit.
I think so. I think it's tricky when he stuck it out with his team. You know, he stayed around, and BYU didn't necessarily grab his replacement, but they clearly didn't offer him they didn't promise him starting minutes. I don't think that was ever in the cards for him. But I think his role, maybe he thought he was going to be, sixth or seventh man, get a lot of time here. The shot hasn't been there this season, which is the really, really big factor for confidence. And also to see guys just take your minutes can take a toll mentally on you. So it's not exactly ideal for the man, but I still have hope. I mean, he really came into his own on the latter half of last season. There's a chance it happens again this season.
I agree. Do you think I feel like he's just not he's such a weird player because it's where it's like, what is his natural position? Normally you'd think it's the 4 spot, but like, I don't know. I just feel like he's just hasn't ever figured out like what his right position is or how he gels with this team or anything. And I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him so far this season because I just don't think he's able to find that rhythm to figure it out. And then he was given that chance against UConn, and obviously that game didn't go well. Shout out Gamora in the chat said Boscovich needs more reps as well, and that's what these bye games are for. We're gonna just start showing some of these players. We're gonna keep talking about BYU hoops right now, but we're gonna keep. If you're watching on the YouTube right now, you're gonna see a bunch of random BYU basketball names being brought up, and it's fantastic right now here in the chat. So, Chase, any other takeaways from this game? Things you want to see going forward?
Just want to see bench keep it up. I mean, we've said it 100 million times. This is important stuff. This was an awesome first step to see Kostic do this, to see Boop really come into his own. I think, look, there's still room. Like we talked about it being tight, the rotation, whatever. Right now, okay, we found 7. But there's still room, man. We know KY, he likes to go deep with his bench when he needs it. This season hasn't been able to, but I think there's still room. I'd love to see Boscovich bounce back. I'd love to see Maruss. I mean, the Maruss bus is going to be revving up, and I'd like to see those guys really find a way with the injuries that have happened. Doors have been opened. Still chances for these guys. Next 2 weeks, wonderful opportunities to figure out and to get some minutes, play in front of the home crowd, get some shots up, man, have a good time, enjoy Christmas, all that stuff for these boys. Hopefully it gives maybe some guys who are feeling stress, who are feeling like, oh man, lost these minutes, didn't hit this shot. Maybe coach feels this or that. Just enjoy this time, man, because you get to play some fun basketball with an awesome crowd, some easy teams, and get some shots up. So hope to see that from the guys going forward.
Yeah, I want to see Dominic Diamande get more involved, and like you mentioned, I want to see Maruss just get his confidence going, man. I'd love to see him get, look, if you're up 20 in the first half of these games, I'd love to see him get in before it's absolute garbage time and say, all right, this is just get going, draw up some plays, even just for him to get some catch and shoot opportunities to get it going and see if you can get anything out of him at this point. Because these are the times to do it, because you're not going to be able to do this come Big 12 play like we've talked about 100 times right now. And Chase, the chat is popping off right now with these random names. I'm going to make a request right now for people who are watching this late into the show. Dallin Hall getting brought up in the chat. We do the thing where we start the stream off, and we have to take a few minutes before the stream begins to promote the stream and everything. Get the chat going by just naming random BYU basketball players. That's how we want this show to start. I want to see
no repeats. No, you
can't repeat another. You got to figure out. You see Rudy. I'm seeing a Rudy Williams in the chat. I'm seeing the Rizzler on there. People, if you know, you know. Wyatt Lowell got robbed. The Carlino hype is crazy.
The Carlino shaved buzz head Carlino. Luke
Worthington. # Junkyard Dog.
Here's what we got to talk about. Chase Fisher, Mr. West Virginia, transfer from Wake Forest, was an absolute dog, Carter. And then here's a fun fact.
You're telling me I remember Chase Fisher, ACC legend.
Oh, I know. You remember every single person who's ever suited up for an ACC team. Chase Fisher, fun fact, since his playing days at BYU, I've found this out. hasn't touched a basketball since.
I kind of get it. Like,
kind of sad, but also, yeah, crazy though, right?
It is kind of crazy.
He was awesome.
Seneca Knight in the chat. That's what you just love to hear.
Seneca Knight, yeah. And yeah, in like 30 years, that's going to be an insanely deep cut. Love this. Love to see that.
Shocked I haven't seen a Zach Celius in the chat.
Oh, man. The mustache.
There we go. Now we're talking. Colby Lee right there. Colby Lee. That was another
State
one
legend.
I was waiting for. Kafusi against the Zags was so fun. They hated him so much.
The Kafusis were really good.
I want to see Cava get more minutes. He makes people change their shots. I love that. Like, we talked about that. I think it was even last season when we first brought it up, was how this BYU team kind of copied the Rudy Gobert Jazz a little bit, where they just love to funnel dudes into Kaba Keita and be like, all right, yeah, go one-on-one against Kaba at the rim. See what happens.
Yep. I mean, we talk about big, someone tweeted out, they're like, talk about big three, talk about Kaba Keita. And he's absolutely right. Jack, I didn't get hurt in high school. I just wasn't that good. Wasn't quite good enough. I appreciate that though, Jack.
I mean, this chat right now. I think this is just a new show now, where it's just people naming BYU. We're gonna have to end this show because this is all. We can't even get back into the analysis. Chase, you got Brandon Averett not being talked about enough. UVU guy too. I mean, this is fantastic stuff. That's how you got to start these streams now. Just naming random BYU players.
Please,
Matt
Harms. Dog, man, that BYU team was good. Sucks they ran into UCLA that first round, because UCLA ended up going to the Final Four and lost on that buzzer beater to Gonzaga. They play any other 11 seed. I think that's like a Sweet 16-ish team. That team was dang good.
That BYU team way overachieved.
All right, so you just I don't think so. I think they were good, man. They should have beat Gonzaga in the WCC championship. They blew like a 16-point lead. I still am pissed about that, because they never even won the WCC their entire tenure.
Yeah. Hey, WCC, we're good.
Hey, we're good. We got the Big 12.
Chase Rogers, if he didn't support the one switch rule.
Come on, man.
All right, let's close up shop here. Anything else before we go?
I mean, yeah. Do you want to fire off your favorite random BYU player? Let's go.
I mean, I kind of said it on the Clemson one. I was a big DeMarcus Harrison guy. I had a lot of DeMarcus Harrison stock. He was a freshman at BYU. Watched him play. I think he played on the same team as Marshall Plumlee, if I remember, in high school. I saw him play, and I had a lot of stock in him. Thought Dave Rose misused him. Had a decent career at Clemson.
Thought Dave Rose misused him. You're blaming it on Dave Rose?
I thought he was good, man. I thought he could have been used better.
No. Fair enough.
You told me to name a random BYU
No, it's
guy.
a good one. It's a good one. I just don't know if I agree with you on Slater.
You don't even know who he is, so how can you say?
Give me Richard Harwood.
Okay.
Give me Richard Harwood. Absolute grinder. Dog for the Cougs 5 years ago.
All right.
We got Pope slander now? Dang.
Pope slander. This is a bad night to have Pope slander, but that's for a later date. Maybe a different podcast.
That's classic Mark Pope.
Anyhow, all right, Chase. We'll be back. We probably won't be doing a preview for the Pacific game. We'll probably be just going live right after the game. Stay posted on our socials for all the info and updates on that one. We're going to get some interviews for you guys here soon as well during these bye games when there's not a lot going on. So tune in for that at Church Ball Pod on all social medias. Make sure to subscribe wherever you're listening. Apple, Spotify, wherever. At Karter BA, at Chase_Rogers0, our personals on there. Go follow as well. 5-star review wherever you're listening. Hit that subscribe button. Field of 68 Podcast Network on the YouTube channel. And that'll do it from us. We'll see y'all next time.